May 2020, the city of Philadelphia still has no signs of improving. The rate curve of tested positive patients has not yet shown a decline. The end of stay-at-home order, which is expected to be in mid-May, seems to be unlikely. No one knows how long Philadelphia residents will continue to wait.
Ngikutin hari ke hari ini aja, karena untuk keluar bekerja juga susah cari pekerjaan. Ya susah deh dengan situasi seperti ini, nggak bisa ngapa-ngapain gitu.
Almost like 3 months right now, and it's been hard, just like at home.
Here I am, no job. I got laid off, along with millions of other people.
Piles of overdue payment notices start serious concerns for most members of the Indonesian community. The fact that a large number of members who are tested positive with COVID-19 cases, including several death cases, does not make some of the Indonesian community members hesitate to come back to work.
Karena faktor ekonomi, tagihan-tagihan yang harus saya bayar, kemudian akhirnya saya ikut agensi untuk memenuhi pembayaran bill ini.
Karena kebetulan saya bekerja di sebuah rumah sakit anak ya, dan rumah sakit anak itu kan 24 jam tetap buka ya. Jadi sampai saat ini saya tetap bekerja normal sedia kala.
Jadi di samping ekonomi saya, toko butuh, dan saya juga butuh.
I need to pay rent, I need to pay my phone, I need to have internet, so I need to keep working because I need to survive.
Saya baru punya anak saya 2. Saya harus kasih makan istri saya, ditambah lagi di rumah saya itu ada bapak mertua saya lagi kena stroke. Sebagaimanapun beratnya beban ya harus kerja.
The city's implementation of stay-home order has impacted businesses owned by members of the Indonesian community.
At the beginning, it was a lot. So we lost probably 70% of all our business. Right now, it's a little bit better, like 50% of what we usually do.
It's really huge. Even though we are considered as essential business, we still have to close and not treating patients like the way we should be.
Awalnya ini memang bisnis kita tuh like you see, kapasitasnya kita tuh 75 seaters. Jadi dengan adanya stay home order, take out only, delivery only bisnis udah otomatis sepi. Bikin revenue kita drop by 60%.
Secara sales pertama-tama kita agak menurun. Perlu waktu beberapa minggu untuk kembali ke sales yang sebelumnya.
Ya pasti mengurangi omset. Kekurangan bisa sampai 85-90%.
It's definitely decreased our sales from 90%, but we started to slowly pick it back up during the spring.
Financially, we get hurt, but we still have to move on, even though there's a global pandemic, in order for us to help our community.
Even so, many of them keep their businesses opened. What are their reasons?
My main reason to keep open the business is not for us to be able to pay rent or something like that, but mostly I was thinking about how my employees going to be able to get some income and feed their families too.
We are an essential business, resident for a doctor, so we try to help them to clean their clothes.
We got a lot of orders for masks, so we started to make more masks and then donate to the hospitals. After that, we got a call from the apartments asking if we can make it for the residents in their apartments.
I'm in a dental business, obviously, is essential, and knowing that they have an emergency, we are as a provider have to treat the patients.
Untuk esensial bisnis tetap diperbolehkan, jadi saya tetap membuka bisnis ini.
How do they apply the social distancing guideline recommendations at their place of business?
So the first thing we did for our protocol is build a bulletproof glass between us and the customer. And then we also require a mask in order to come into the store, and only one customer can come in at one time.
We also have a different kind of announcement that we put it, in our store. Have to be 6 feet in between the customer, and we only allow 6 people all at once in our store.
We are at the highest risk as a field where there's a lot of aerosols going on. So we can only see emergency that only involve exam and x-rays, but not necessarily drilling or doing something that require, aerosol coming out of the mouth.
Saya sangat perketatkan karyawan saya, jangan sampai bergaul sama teman-teman atau berkumpul jadi satu. Itu sangat membahayakan buat dia, saya juga bahaya.
Unfortunately, some Indonesian workers ignore the CDC safety guidelines and social distancing recommendations. This certainly creates more concerns for the community leaders regarding the safety of their community members.
We told them to be careful and keep the CDC guidelines like social distance. I understand that maybe they follow the guidelines, but their friends or their co-workers, they don't.
Even worse, some of them, after being tested positive with coronavirus, continue to work by ignoring the safety of themselves and others.
Masalahnya orang Indonesia, kenapa teman saya yang meninggal dunia itu juga lebih mementingkan kerja daripada kesehatan, akhirnya dia pergi ke surga.
Kalau bisa jangan kerja, hindari. Merasa kurang enak badan, istirahat aja di rumah. Uang bisa dicari. Tapi nyawa sudah nggak bisa cari kembali.
Saya memberikan saran, saya bilang begini, lebih baik tidak bekerja untuk waktu 2-3 minggu daripada tidak bekerja untuk selama-lamanya karena meninggal.
This pandemic has indeed made all members of the Indonesian community must re-examine their priorities.
I had to think like, wow, everything that I know my whole life has been so secure and everything else, and in the blink of an eye, it's gone. So that kind of gives me to think, hey, maybe I really should have a backup plan. Like, doesn't matter if I think this job is super secure, but you just never know what life's gonna throw at you. Who would have thought that, you know, a virus would just shut down and cripple the whole society, you know?
Emergency saving money. Jadi kalau ada kejadian semacam ini, kita tidak akan merasa kerepotan karena kita punya dana secara pribadi yang kita simpan, itu kita tidak ambil. Dalam keadaan emergency baru kita ambil.
The financial problem, together with the threat of COVID-19, is like a double-edged sword. Both edges can tear our lives into pieces. Up until the end of May 2020, there have been 8 members of the Indonesian community who died because of this outbreak. So what about the story of the community members who are tested positive, struggling against COVID-19 disease? What lessons can we learn from the story of their struggle? Let us follow them in the next episode. We will hear firsthand about what happened to them.